So, I'm going to do a quick review of Phoenix's new album, Bankrupt. Let's preface by saying that Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix was one of my favorite albums of 2009, I think is when it came out. I don't really know how to explain what was so great about it. I think that it was just very, very catchy, really addictive. The arrangements, everything was just. You ever listen to those albums where it's like, this is right up my alley. This is like for me. It plays into all my sensibilities that I love in music. So I love the album. I was really, really happy when it won the Grammy for Best Alternative Album. So when they came out with the first single for Bankrupt, which is called Entertainment, I was really excited. Although when I heard the song, I was kind of less into it. The song is okay, but to me, it seemed a little bit too familiar to the Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix sound. Almost like they remixed one of the songs from that album and just put more sense in it and stuff. The album, I actually listened to it today for the second time. Spotify had been acting up all week when I tried to play it at work. So I was finally able to listen to it again. And I have to say that it was better upon second listen. I was a little put off by some of the stuff. It's not a drastic style change. However, there were a couple songs that, for instance, the song Bankrupt, the title track Bankrupt, sounded very M83 to me. And there's another song, Chloroform, that I actually like, but it does give me vibes of an indie guy, Million Young, who I kind of like. You will hear different inspirations on this album. There's a lot of sort of 80s pop kind of sounds. I heard a little bit of Fleetwood Mac on one of them. There's a little Prince on a song called The Real Thing. The thing about it is that these inspirations don't totally overtake the track where it feels like you're just stealing the arrangement from an 80s album or something. They do a lot as far as changing up the melodies and the tempos and stuff within the songs. So overall, I'm going to give the album a 4-star. I think it's very synth-driven, so that was maybe a little off-putting for me at first, but I will say that each song feels like an event, and each song I think kind of stands on its own, which is a good thing. And I think it's actually worth buying. I think I'm going to buy it when I get home, get it on iTunes. I did not listen to the last track, which was like 64 minutes, an hour. I guess that's, part of the deluxe thing. And I'm going to give my opinion on the standard edition, deluxe edition BS. However, Bankrupt, I think it's a good album. Maybe a little off-putting at first, but I think it's mellow. It's going to be a good, study album for me. It's mellow, but it has some up-tempo beats. It's definitely not as catchy and addictive as Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, but I think it's still solid. And my favorite songs on there's a song called Don't, which is very, very upbeat, very peppy. I like that. Chloroform, that I mentioned before, I like it because it kind of changes. There are transitions and stuff that make the song not boring. They keep you kind of interested. And I think my favorite one is one that is insanely catchy and totally addictive and in several different parts, but it's SOS in Bel Air. So, like I said, 4 stars. Phoenix, good job. Not as good as Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix. It just doesn't have that sort of cohesiveness that had and the catchiness. But still a good, solid album for 2013. So, good job, Phoenix.